Okay, I'm doing the new opening quests for Neverwinter. They have a new mod 16 has come out, and they've really basically changed everything about the way companion works and a lot of your powers and things like that. So it's quite different, but also we're going from level 70 up to level 80, and in the process, we're going through a whole campaign, which I'm going to show you here. It's steeped in a lot of folklore, and which, Dungeons and Dragons is based on elder folklore. This is my current companion out here right now. He's a mercenary. His name is Mojo. He's my Mojo, right? And I have a few more, but this is the one I have for choice. I've already gotten the thing from Neverwinter, and there's a whole lot of junk that you have to do to even get to this point right here. But now we're going to talk to Jarlaxle. He's from way back in the Underdark campaign and involved in Dungeons and Dragons and the Forgotten Realms quite a bit. So let's see what he has to say.
Finest spirits here at the Moonstone Mine. Ah, the remarkable adventurer. Your timing is impeccable. We have a fair journey ahead of us, and our esteemed associate wishes us to be on our way. So, no time to savor this fine elixir. I hope you're eager to sail.
Let's go. So it's going to load in the new area. It's already done a couple of little intro things that lead into it. From your first quest, you get up at top at Protector's Enclave, which is the main hub. And here we're at the Mere of Dead Men, starting to go into Undermountain. Undermountain is, as you can see, a volcanic type mountain that's out in the ocean. Again, starting from merchants and so on, leading on ships and so on.
Here we are, Drowned Hull Cove. And this is as far as I'm going to take you. Repaying my debt to Neverwinter does not include crippling my ship on those merciful. I'm happy to take my extra longboat.
So he doesn't want to get involved, but he sure wants to get you there, and you'll find that throughout the campaign. It's pretty much based on you.
From the rocks and end up swimming in these waters.
And he's going to let us take his boat. How nice. So we're going to go to the shore here and have to reach the first camp. Now, we have to also fight for the very first time, and this is a brand new setup for me, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. Let's see. One down. And I don't like the setup I currently have going. I may have to deviate it. You can see I can get big like that right there. That's my major attack. Is when you get big, you get a lot more damage going on. And it takes you doing damage and them doing damage to you to build up your rage, and then you hit hard. Only as you get big for a few seconds, and then it comes back down. Oh, just took that guy right out. And that one. One more set. Yeah, they used to have a double attack that would hit, but not doing it anymore. Let's see how the spin attack works. So what I've got equipped is throwing daggers, and then they have this charge right here. It goes in with one of my feats. That's the new thing, is that you really want to pick things that go with your feats. And you can see my power bar up in the top left-hand corner are my health bar. I've lost a little bit of damage through that, but not much. And I'm going to pick up all of this. This is all refinement and stuff, and I'm not going to do this constantly throughout it. In fact, what's neat is I kind of leave like maybe some change like this in places, so whenever I'm running around through this huge map that they keep showing in different areas, that I can remember, oh, I've been there.
Hey there, fellow adventurer. I am Nash, and these are my cohorts. We welcome you to this.
All right, well, welcome.
I'm looking for my father.
Her father's gotten lost, and this is an adventure eager to go. And we all head out together, but in reality, they don't really have much to do with it.
Good luck to you. The force. Okay, you two. It's time to move out.
Although we eventually do try to find her father.
Undermountain.
To Undermountain.
Good luck to you.
Now this is my fourth guy in line, if you will, pretty much fifth. I have a cleric that I have that's up pretty high, but my main that I like to use is actually Hunter Ranger. More of my DPS build. You can see how much more rapidly they start to go away if I do ever get big. Yeah, I don't like this build as much. I should just be smoking through these guys, and I'm not. Somebody in the guild fixed to run their MEs, but no. I'm going in. There's a lot of intro quests just to get you into the place, so you know it's a different world entirely that you have, and this is again down deep into a cavern. This is all below the earth. And let's hit the campfire here. You notice when I stand on campfire up there in the top left hand corner, it'll show 2 campfires instead of 1. That makes sure that you get your buff. And one wonders why these fish are swirling around and jumping out of the water in those bubbles. I think that could be some type of creature, and you don't want to find out what it is. Later I kill it though.
Turn back. A great danger waits ahead.
Yeah,
The last group to venture in has
I'm into
already
danger.
been defeated.
Yeah, I'm sure the last guys did get defeated a little bit, but that has no bearing on what's going to happen to me. Yeah, I may have to change that other at-will that I'm using, because it is definitely not the one of choice. That one big blubbery creature they showed, that's an ettercap. An ettercap is, something very much somewhere between Boggy Creek Monster and a giant toad man, if you will. And there's a lot of aquatic stuff into here. You can imagine with all the water effects and things that are going on and being under the world, like toads dig under the world, things like that. You go and whenever they go into hibernation and so on. Let me see here if I can change this to something that might work. Mighty Leap sucks. Punishing Charge, Hidden Daggers. I could roar and get extra damage off people that are hurt. Frenzy. Then Battle Fury. And Relentless Slash. I'm going to have to take that off that Bounding Slam, and I'm going to leave Sure Strike at. Too bad they don't have Restoring Strike. That's one of the things in this mod is that people need a whole lot of health potions and things like that. Okay, so we come around the corner, we see some, let's hide and listen.
Do not presume I am at your command, Trollbrand. I assist you at his decree.
This is just a backstory.
And that is all I will suffer.
Now later, very much later in the campaign going up, I get to kill her off. They're not showing now, but she has 6 wings on her back, much like the Sumerians. You kind of could see them right there, and you can kind of see them glowing a little bit behind her, but they really show up like a fairy later. And as you can tell, they don't really get along too much because of her attitude. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, not missing anything. Let's continue.
Apprentices of Hollister, there is nothing you could do. Beware, their presence is still at hand.
You do extra damage when you hit things from behind, which I just did there. There's my swing I like.
This place is full of secrets and lies.
That broadside
Such as that
sweep
false
doesn't
wall.
hit just one
It
target.
only
So when you have a
leads to
group,
safety.
you use that at will. Whenever you're on one, you use the other. Not gonna let me in yet? There's somebody I'm missing from killing here. Oh no, secret wall. Hey. You don't want to go the other way. It's a trap. In fact, I think I want to change those at wills again. Sorry guys. It's just swap those two. There we go. Makes it more convenient for the way I use it.
Climb up to safety, please.
So here we have a hollow and a giant well. And that well leads up into a place that they've built into there. Kind of a stronghold of sorts. You see it here, known as the Yawning Portal. Don't know why you use the name Yawning, but maybe it'll put you to sleep, right? Anyhow, guys, this is full of folklore. And we're just doing the intro quest here just to show you something about it. But again, Dungeons and Dragons, elves, wizards, warlocks, and all that type of stuff. And where that kind of comes from. And I'm going to be talking you through it as we do. Here we're entered in. The first thing we do is talk to the barkeep. Of course, he's got the inside route. And then we work our way from there. Hey, bartender.
Out of the well to get here.
Yep.
Name's Dirk. This is my place. Alice, look, I'm gonna stop you right there. I can tell you're not one of our typical daredevils.
No, I'm not.
But you ready to
Let's just go ahead and
let's see what you got.
dispatch and release. So we're going to go do our first little adventure back down through here going the other way. Wells in called Catacombs. A lot of the lore that they talk about I'll just pop on past, but other ones have some interesting facts in them and I'll leave them in there for you. I don't want to show every one of them. Some of these are 3-4 minutes long. They talk at least a minute on most of them. So it just eats up the time quite a bit and doesn't let me get in one video all the way to the point I want to be. I hope it doesn't go to 2 vids. I hope we can just do this all in one, about an hour vid. Honestly, if I get an hour into it. So now we're actually at the hub, and if you want to go back up, you can get in the dump bucket, shake the cord, and they'll pull you back up, right? But let's take off. Hey, what are you doing?
I'll be here. The name is Dylan.
We actually run into that guy later. No, that's Delvin. Okay, Devlin and Delvin, 2 different people, because that guy's
You should not
Polish
have
beard.
returned to this place.
Flip my coin of luck here. Into the catacombs. And so you can see this is really hollowed out, but then it's being built into, much like a natural cavern, and then they fixed all of this up. Quite amazing. Let's go into our first. I don't know if you can see it in the bottom right-hand corner. There's a little micro map, and it kind of shows you where you've been and your progression and where you need to go. And in here, it's showing you these guys. It showed up behind me. You're gone. One indomitable battle strike. And another one showed up. Yeah. Hey. It doesn't let you move and walk while you're going anymore either. You have to stop and stance yourself. Well, that's okay in it. You just have to make sure where you're at and run and jump in and out. Let's work our way through some of these guys here that really don't like our presence. I don't know how that missed, but I'm just going to go over here and take this whole group out. Look at all them numbers. And I'm not even big. Now I'm big. Hiya! Folks. Throwing daggers is something good because it was just a barbarian or a hunter ranger type that had both of the close-up and even ranged attacks that he could go through. Now we have it much more extant being able to do it with him. The one problem with this mod is that you don't get your powers back as quick, so you're pretty much having to do more power through your at-wills, which is just your swinging type stuff like this. Yeah, I'm working to it a little easier now, but they sure have nerfed this character. This really was the big tough guy in the original. All I'm really doing is capturing and releasing, or not capturing, but finding and releasing Anton here.
I need to get out of here. Yes.
Okay.
Durden loaned me an heirloom for good luck. He's had it since he was a
Okay,
kid.
so there's
So I
an
promised
heirloom
him I would return it.
that we need
But
to
the
get.
lousy undertakers took
And if we
along
bring
with
it, it
everything
shows you
else.
how good we are, and
You
then
know
we
it's
get
his
more
when you see it.
campaign
The
work.
guards talk about a treasure cache hidden backstage. That's the only clue I have for you. There's a secret passage in the south wall of the room. Don't worry about me. When everyone's looking at you, I'll slip away.
You
Good
do
luck.
that. I'll
Thanks
draw
again.
their attention. Let's go through the secret door. Hey, adventure. So, I'm supposed to find the chain and unlock the cache. It's down here. You can see the little fairy line in front of me. I have to follow. Later I'll have to kill those spiders. No need in doing senseless killing whenever you're going to have to kill them a little bit later anyhow. You can see I can speed run for a short amount too. And here's the Underguard Hall. Somebody's already in here, so I can really just help them. Got a little cleric on next to him. And so what we're going to do is ruin the water system here. Wow. Did I get stuck or what? Oh, somebody drew some damage here, and in doing so, now I can't hit anything. You can't apparently do the chain if you're occupied. You want to cut them up? Thank you. And this really was laggy the first couple of days. I mean, we were up in the thousands of instances that everybody was in, so. No, really gonna move like that and then drink a health potion, huh? No, I don't think so. Okay, let me get back up here and pull this chain. Seriously. Now, why would that matter if they were way the hell over here and I decided just to kill everything over there? Oh, I walk off. Nothing matters. But if your companion is in attack mode, then you can't do certain things. Are you still attacking somebody? My God. One good thing is your companions have a little more health now. They do a little bit more damage than they were originally. Helps out a whole lot. I'm going to get this one. There's another chain over here in the corner, but I'm going to have to fight this guy. I'll grab that chain. Okay. Get the hell out of here. Really? As you can tell, they respawn in. Did I walk away from this one far too soon? This is getting to where I don't like it at all. I should be past this point, 5 minutes ahead of now, right now, and not having to deal with these assholes. Let's try that again. There we go. Secret hatch in the floor unlocked. And I'll have to fight through 1,000 people to go through it. No, I'm just going to run over here and go with it. And it won't let me. And now it's saying I'm still engaged. There we go. Oh man, there's nobody even fighting whatsoever that has to do with me, and it won't let me go. There we go. It has that problem a lot, and also it'll say you're in combat when you're not. Like there's just too much interaction or action going on. There's a mimic. It drops quite a bit of stuff. Boom. And so now I have to sift through this and try to find the objective, which was right there. And the other problem is it keeps putting the quest not at the top, so you keep getting ruined and having to go over and do it again. But hey, what can you do? So now we climb back up. Just a simplistic thing here. Let me pick this guy up. He seems to have gone down. Well, if you notice my weapon there, dragon bone weapon, it's really two jaws of a dragon stuck on top of each other onto something that looks more like a baseball bat. It's actually listed as a club. I can't actually just teleport. I can pull up my teleporter and teleport right back up to there. You know what? I'm not going to do that. Let's just go here. Yawning portal. Yawning portal. And we'll just go there from that. I'm going to try to be somewhat efficient with this. I know I haven't got to much of the folklore yet, but underwater, under earth, caverns, dungeons and dragons. Oh, and there's a couple of dragons that you fight during this battle too. One a little bit past the middle of all of this when you're running up, and one right near the end. And another problem is it takes forever to load the yawning portal. So let's turn this in.
What can I do? Elminster's beard.
Elminster's beard. Let's meet 3 strings. This is a bard. He has a 3-string lyre guitar. Of course, it's not showing up in the video. Ha! There it is.
The yawning portal. You must be the bridge. Is there anything that I can do for you?
Now what we have to do is go into our campaigns and go to Undermountain, and we're already finished with the very first intro to the catacombs. So you clear it, and then they give you new quests. Each level sets new quests, and they have ones in between, so it all works together. And now I'll give you that secondary quest. So we have to go back down into there, into the catacombs, and meet a guy called Gar Halef. And we'll start to get in the area that shows you a little bit of the folklore that I was referring to at the first part. They've changed all the rune stones and things around too, and lifesteal and a few of the other things that people were utilizing to become a little too OP. It seems like by mod 15 we were so built up that they felt like if we continued on that route they wouldn't be able to play the game correctly from small people that are new to the game to the full-blown going. There'd be too radically amount of a difference. Of course, this pissed off a lot of people playing the game because we all feel that what you just needed to do was give them some more hit points and let us keep going. And this is kind of a crucial point for the game. It seems like it's really offended a lot of people. Ooh, let's go down and through the red. Down into deep. And you'll see a lot of areas like this coming up. So here's this undead crypt keeper.
Ah, you're elves. I mean, well now I'm trapped. My thirst never failed.
And what he's done, if you look, now I'm a werewolf, right? It's a Xanathar guild, but actually I'm not a werewolf. I'm more like a were-hyena, right? Kind of looks funny. But, oh, went the wrong way. They want me to kill Undertakers. Gotta do 12 of them real quick. And now we're back into this area. Build it up right. One of these rooms also has somebody in it. Here they are. List Undertakers. And they will respawn over there where I just killed them before. But if we look at that mini-map, one of these areas should be leading onward. Back upstairs. Hop on my mount here. Certain areas you can get on your mount, certain areas you can't. So let's defeat Undertakers, but this area is just full of spiders. It's where I've got to get spider silk and stuff here shortly. And this is the area. It's secondary. It'll contain these Undertakers. And I've got my angle set up a little bit far back now so I can see, but when you get into a cramped spot, it'll pinch in on you. Return to Gar. So let's go back to him and get our secondary quest. It's really after these first three that I want to show you some of this stuff. Yeah, I have to kill all those spiders later. Why kill them now and walk and then kill them again? I can just run from them. Got such mount speed bonus. I put on my experience bonus that you can get from out of your guild and took off the other rating.
Welcome. Did you kill? Bow and grovel to a floating war maker. I spit in his eyes and send all my Undertaker.
Alright, now I'm as an Undertaker. You see this. This big, huge guy here. Now, the one I've got is actually a female drow. Just a red-eyed female drow. Which just gives you certain perks. Certain classes give you little perks. And as you can see, there's a lot of people in here doing this. There's a bunch of groups, but now if all those groups are getting whooped real quick, they have to respawn. Oh, come on, hit these people. Here you can see an offering to the dead, ancestor veneration, a lot of skulls of fallen warriors. Yeah, something that you'll see described in a lot of religions and old folklore. It can be found in elder Canaanite burials and things like that. They used to keep the skull. Keep People wonder where all those skulls are. Now lost to time. Sometimes you just got to get in on these fights. Eight of 12. Well, let's cut down the middle. Anybody home? Nine, 10, 11, 12. And now we got to return again. Of course, it makes you wonder why they can't just give you all of them at once. Well, the idea is he doesn't know you at first and sets you off on a task or two, and once you prove yourself, then he gives you that tough one. No one's ever come back for him, you know? Then it goes on from there. Well, you made it through that. Well, this man would be interested in seeing you, and then he tells you where he is, shows you a little map, and you go from there. Of course, it's just mental. It shows you the little interim map, and at any time that you want to, you can always go at a major map like this and look around and just see where you're at. There's where we came in, ran all through, secondary part here, and you can see it leads to more catacombs. All right.
Well, is it done?
It's done. Now we got to return to 3 strings.
Back to your quest.
Back to our quests. And we're going to Yawning Portal. Back to 3 strings. At the end of the 3-string quests, we lead into the Kuatar area, which has a lot of the frog people in it. Oh no. Yep. The Keks are about. And we learn something from them, and some folklore and things. It's kind of neat. Again, I'd like to keep everybody's speech that they give out here and put it on there for y'all, but some of them are pretty meaningless. Other ones are 2-minute long dissertations. Some of them you can stop and start walking off, and as long as you don't get too far away, it'll continue to say it until he's through with it. So I'm level 71 now, and now every once in a while you get to pray. That's how things are going here. I don't want that. What is this going to look like if I preview it? That's kind of a funny skull cap. I don't think I'll have that. I don't think I'll have that. That. This is all lower levels than I actually am. Oh, get something off here. 25% off any bag. I don't need a bag. That's all I need right now. You and your bags. Collect Xanthar Guild missives. Ooh, let's go down the center one. Gear up before you go down. I'll put this on charge. Make sure it runs through full. Now we have to kill the same guys, but on each one of them, they're going to have a missive. It's like their orders and things, and by learning their orders, we can get a lot out of it. Healing potions. I got a bunch. I've got 26 full heal blocks on me down there in the bottom left-hand corner. Shouldn't take me that to get through, although as we get farther and farther, there are going to be some real tough guys, and vampires lately are extremely tough, and they lifesteal off of you, which keeps them going, like potions and stuff too, so it makes it a little bit more complicated with them. They also do knockdowns and possessions that'll stop you for a minute, and during that stopped moment, they can really do some damage. Oh, hello guys. Broad swing here. Oh, line up and smack it. Oh, it only hit one. I defeated 100 members already. Now see these little gold deals? They used to make each thing look like a chest or look like a piece of paper or look like this. Now they just put these magical symbols and let you know, hey, there's some of that magic stuff you're looking for. But I kind of liked it better whenever they had it all separated out. Whenever you do the low campaigns, you can still see it. Thing called combat advantage too. I get extra damage if me and a companion or me and anybody else are on separate sides of the actual guys, and so you're like hitting them from the back and they can't protect against it as well. Yeah, these people are all over the place, killing off every single opportunity you get, so you have to run around and try to keep finding groups. You can keep running back through it, they'll respawn, new groups come in. Really? You're not going to drink a potion? I don't know if you saw him starting to try to drink it. 8 of 12 guys. Getting close. 9, 10, 11, 12. Here we go. Cut you up. Cut you up with a big dragon jaw. Oh, swacky. And we pick up their missives. Again, it keeps switching on me, which sucks. But what can you do? But just switch it back and then it'll lead you right to it. Now we're meeting a third party. This guy's known as Sketches. He's a little dwarf guy hiding around in one of these little alcoves up here. And he gives you a quest that he knows he can't complete. Here he is, Sketches. What you got to say?
How goes your adventure in the catacombs?
Oh, it's pretty good. And he gave me a new shirt, but that new shirt's not as good as the real good one I've got on this guy. He doesn't have the best of characters. Let's see, what's my setup here? I have 17.2 as my major gear score coming into it. A lot of people can be up around 20k just starting out. And there's all of her outfit right there on the left. If you put on all of her clothes the way that it is now, but this is her decorator outfit that comes out of Icewind Dale. So find the Xanthar Guild's tribute cache, and it's just going to be right down here. And I don't know if bottom right hand corner you see that little circle. It's right inside there, and then you just have to find it. And it's going to be that alcove where they're doing ancestor and veneration and such. Right there. See the skulls? So this is a niche. This is your mantle, if you will. Now we have to go back to Yawning Portal. And so I'm just going to quick do it rather than running all the way up. You're welcome. Well, if I can go. Another thing, it won't put you Yawning Portal, it puts you Yawning Portal back. So you have to physically make the decision. I guess that's there for you not to accidentally click and go to some place and get mad while it's loading. You notice how long the load times are here in between each area. And they don't want you pissed off for 40 seconds while it's loading a place that you're not even going to go to. And then you'll have to load out of that to another place and so on. So pretty neat here, though. Third story building shown here out of giant timbers that are made out of just whole trees and such, just like they used to. You can also notice that it's built on a boat construction style, much like the Ark, if you will, and these arching bottoms. And just like the video I showed you of the Mayflower, where they figured out that it had been turned into a barn, you can see arches and ribs that have been made that now help to hold up the entire thing. So, oh, there's one extra quest over here whenever you get right to this point that you have to grab now. And this is where you kill those spiders. Yeah, little long-faced boy. But now we're going to get him.
Hope you're enjoying your time. Well done.
And he gives us a new pair of pants. Now, if you're new to the area, these are all going to be step-ups and step-ups and step-ups. But if you're already pretty well built up, you won't have that effect. Now we're going to the catacomb depths. We just got through with the first part, and so we're opening up the second part and continuing. And now he gives us the quest of the area that I was telling you about, and we can start to get into it.
Something called the Gate Staff of Undermountain.
Gate Staff of Undermountain. It's one of the major things that we've got to do.
And is capable of opening portals from within Undermountain to all of Faerun. These must be the same portals people have been disappearing into. I have Harper agents and look.
So here's a spider quest. I hope this isn't too boring for y'all. It's just a video game type thing, but pretty neat. You can see symbols all over everything that are showing you very poignant signs too. And anybody that's deep into D&D would recognize all of this symbology, but also people that are into any elder folklore and things would recognize this symbology. And arches all the way down on the bottoms, sacred stars, and flower of life symbologies everywhere. So let's go down here and kill some of those spiders. And as I remember, they're around this hub pretty good. As you see, I don't take too much damage at this point. I'm having to get used to this new rotation. This is not at all what I was doing before, but it sure is what I'm forced to do now. And I may change it. And there's also a new cool power that gets whenever you get to level 80 that you get. There are no spiders down here. That's where I killed the other people at. Those will respawn real quick, but there should be a group respawning right here. There's two in this side and one down in the middle of that other side. While I'm waiting for them to respawn, let me look up here, see if there's a stray spider or two. No. Okay. Back down, and you can see again. Oh, I missed that gold piece too there earlier. It's just the spider venom I've got to get. There's another one. Let's go over here and finish this off. 4 of 10. Six of 10 people. They will respond rather quickly. Meanwhile, did somebody already get this little group? No. 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'll only have to kill one more after this. Hi. Sure I get all these missives. So it's a series of things of collecting from certain people, and they'll tell you certain ones you have to kill, so you're not just willy-nilly going around just killing everything, although eventually you pretty much do. And then you secure an area, and once the area is secured, you can move on. Alright, just got that. Again, I'll just float right back up. And now I get to talk to Uda Uday. She's from Chult. Chult is kind of like the island of the land that time forgot, if you will. It's got dinosaurs and stuff in it and everything. It was in the last mod. I think I showed a small piece of that whenever we went to the other mods, as I did in a couple of my vids. It's kind of where people were hanging out because it's the latest mod and so on, and best dungeons and things that you run for in there. And people get in there and queue up with each other. You can do 5-man dungeons, or there's a 10-man dungeon run too, a different one, where you use 2 groups of 5. And you want to get it set up right. And really, after going this with the through the campaign, I was pretty pleased compared to what I saw was gonna come out at first and how much they changed it.
I'll make it worth your while.
And it seems like they've gotten it back to fairly back to normal for us, and it seems all that way until dun 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 you go and try to fight one of the old dungeons and you're nerfed like hell. I mean, you feel like you're hitting somebody with a Nerf baseball bat.
My servant, I am always looking for new areas of Undermountain.
So now we go to the catacombs. I'm just going to jump over.
If you discover additional
Boom.
archgates on your adventures, we may be able
What
to
lies
use
below.
them
And here we go. As you can tell, that was just an intro spot, right? They've got a castle you go into that's about 10 times that size. Yep, and then there's other areas that have little built-ins like this and some open area between and all kinds of different scenarios that they've got going on. All right, again, we're going to touch that fire and take off. Oh, watch the bull. He snorts, hops around. I don't want to be that far back on him. Let's stay in on him a little bit so you can get a better view of it. And now we've got to go all the way back through these guys. Ooh, slime and bones. We don't need to kill those spiders. A lot of people waste their time going through all this stuff and trying to fight everybody. Some of these things you can just run through and get past. I mean, literally run down here, and if you're not still under a fight, you can just go right into the actual doorway. Here's the man we need to talk to.
One moment, please. Yeah? So you are the master of my hire, eh? You look like you'll be able to handle any threats we will need to. Although I'm sure.
Yep. Look like I'm very much a fighter warrior. Proud to have me instead of the other people that he went around with. You'll notice that he says we a lot, but actually I'm the one doing all the fighting, and I meet him up at places. I give him all the relics, and they take them back to do investigations off of it. This is one of the main hub areas that you do, and in fact, whenever you do your little weekly fights, you end up going with a group of 5, and they put little runes onto here, and it helps to give you other equipment and things that you can get out of it. Flip my coin, get a little extra D. Let's begin this expedition. Then you do an expedition, what you basically have to find is all of these relics, and you can see that bar over there on the right-hand side, total magic relics acquired. And so you really want to sweep the area and explore the whole area, and then it lets you through to the next one. It goes a few different ways, but they somewhat connect, and you can see through here how it leads to another, and that's the door I want to go out eventually, after I kill all these people and collect all their stuff. And it's not something that you can memorize. It's random where things are, like this will be here this time, there's a relic, but next time it won't be, or maybe it will. You never know. You gonna swing? Also, that side-to-side swing does a slight debuff, and so even if you're going to hit one target, you want to go side-to-side once. Oh, I may be missing. There's one. This may be a mimic. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, he would jump and I miss him, wouldn't he? Oh, is this the stupid mimic that never dies? Are you going to glitch me like that? Did you see how much damage I did to him and nothing even happened? Yeah, this is the mimic that nothing happens to. We just have to run off. Hopefully he won't just sit and follow us. Yep, there he is. Yeah, so it's going to end up killing me because there's this super duper attacking, biting tray here that actually doesn't die. Isn't that amazing? You gotta love it. Yeah, that mimic's not taking a single bit of damage. No, indomitable battle strike, nothing. So I just release. Sadly, I have to release. And we start over from don't touch that chest because it's glitched. Now we go this way to meet up with that side. And once I run into the places you see coins on the ground, I've pretty much done it all. When you see a big red spot on the floor like that or like that, that means you want to get out of that spot. They're about to do a big attack in that area, whatever they're doing. And it will hurt, so you're supposed to move. Of course, on this guy here, sometimes we just let that go because I'm about to get big if I get hit again, or if I hit a couple more people. Is there one back here? No? Okay. So we're again trying to find those relics in here. And there should be 9 total, although I found 7 and 8. And not 9 or 10 in a bunch of these. And it still lets you go through, so it lets you know you've cleared it as much as you could. See how those guys are strewn out from where they were before. And again, we're not going to grab that chest, which was right over there someplace. And these are Duergar. These are like your miners. This would be like your dwarves, if you will, or a species or a subset of dwarves. Quite wiggly. No, not around there. Where are all these things at? Okay, I've done that and that. One more little loop over here. Right around that bottom right-hand corner. There should be another one in here somewhere. No? Okay. Well, this ought to lead back around and right into where we were. Remember this water spot. And there we are again looking at that. So we have pretty much gone everywhere and found zilcho. Well, we did find that one that was here. And each one of these little cubicles is not even going to contain one always. There'll be 1 in one, 2 in another, 0 in one, 2 in another, things like that. Oh, there's one other group to fight. Oh, there's number 2, and here's the people I didn't fight. Here's the one little section that I didn't fight. There's actually another one over there. You can see that green glow in the distance. You get about 100 yards away and it'll show up. Can you see it right straight across there, right above my head? Right. So let's take out this big guy and his friend. Alright, guys. And again, if I leave a little piece of money there, I can figure out where the heck I've been. Now that I'm going on past it, I don't need it. I can grab it on the way out. There's where the chest was over there. And no, I don't have to waste my get big at the end of everyone all the time. I mean, it really does enough damage without having to do it. Again, we leave there. Ooh, there's a bat symbol on the door. Sometimes there's ones right behind that door there. Sometimes there's one right here. Here's a major guy. So I'm going to use my Wheel of Elements, my artifact, get a pump up on some damage. See that huge hit? Took half his life in one shot. Alright, look around the corners. Sometimes there's one there, sometimes here. No? Well, that's because I got 3 out of the first part, like I was saying. I've been through that first part and only got one. I've never not got 0. But during other parts like that one there, you don't get one at all because you got one there. It's really random, and there's a maximum of 9 in any given area. Look behind this tree here. Sometimes they'll do it right after you come in, and you'll never know what you missed. Why? Because you walked right by it. Okay. That's a bird guy there. Anybody remember the doctors from like the 1500s where they had their head on them that was a face of a crow? Would it look like a crow or a raven? Right, that's from way, way back when people actually used to put their bodies up on daises and let the birds eat them up and then take them to heaven. And whenever the plague doctors came around, that was the symbology they actually showed. Kind of strange too, you find like stories in War of the Worlds and stuff where, let me look back here, there's sometimes right there, no, in War of the Worlds where it was like a bird disease that took and killed off the people and stuff. Just like smallpox, a cattle disease actually ended up infesting people and so on. Now we're getting down into the area. You can see giant mushrooms, and these mushrooms are partially what lights the area along with those torches there. Here's a respawn point. And some bad guys. Hit him from behind. Everybody's going. Little box I just picked up gives you a chance if you open it up to get something nice. Of course, a lot of times it's junk, but a lot of times it's one of those cool mounts. Things like that. That's where a lot of those come from. You've got to play it out right on how you use your combat advantage, and it'll actually pretty much double your damage. None there. Leading in. Where are we at here? Almost an hour already. Devastating. Not one up there. And it won't turn around and face right, although it's still in it. Okay, we'll go with that. Sometimes there's just too much action going on. That's where I came up. So let's run the perimeter. Now, do we go after this chest? Sure, we're not going to call that one of those stupid ones. What's it got? An insignia, some silver, 50-foot rope. And you'd think that would be real valuable in here, but no, all your rope is pretty much given for you. Although, hey, in our campaigns before, there's been 150-foot cliffs, and everybody's rope all together only made it 100 feet. So people had to fall 50 feet to end up taking that damage. Of course, you look for a cleric that's got feather fall or something like that on it, so you don't take damage. Is there one down here? Sometimes there's one right after you hump over that hump. Howdy. And this falls in, which is kind of neat, and I know it. Get you in trouble if you do it wrong. But there's also usually... Oh, no, there's not one back there. Okay, let's fall in. Sometimes it falls in by itself, and it still doesn't make the noise until you show up. looking around. We're almost to the area I was telling you about. Waha! So the area is really glowing from all these mushrooms and these fires that are set. Later there's an area that isn't set, and I have to set the fire, which is kind of neat. Usually there's one behind this tree. Nope. And I'm already at 5 now. I've been as low as 3 and as much as 6 about at this point. There's another one over there. He almost got that potion off. Number 6. Let's see what's... Oh, wait. Is this the one that... No, that's the other water part. Okay. Flip my coin. Just gives you a little buff. Back when we first started the game, the little buff that gives you was like ultimate. It was strong as a potion pretty much, but now it's really looked at as just being a little something something. At least it's not nothing. They really need to upgrade it quite a bit. There's another one which you have to collect a bunch of artifacts to get it to upgrade and so on. Which one of which are extremely hard to find. See, right inside the door. That's what I was telling you about. And then now, sometimes there's one right here. Ha ha. So see, now I'm at 8. I only need one more. Here comes all the water area, and you can see it churning through there in the rivers. So we're getting to an important part. And here's that guy. Oh, Taronas. Get big and slice. Whoop, back out. Sometimes I'll drop something, usually something blue, but okay. Oh, there it is. And it fills up the bar on the right. Number 9. And now we're out. Exit expedition and go back. As you can see, now we're entering into a more aquatic water area. Literally, we've gone pretty much like 1.5 kilometers into the catacombs, and it gets worse and worse, or more and more, which is pretty neat. I mean, it's a huge area. You look at each one of these maps, and just this map alone is huge.
The opportunity awaits.
Okay, I have too much stuff in my bag, so I'm going to take up all this gemstone stuff that I've been picking up and refine it. You can see in the bottom right hand corner, it's giving me a lot of points for it. You use those points to help upgrade things. So it's kind of a build-up that you get going on. Different ones have different amounts. Some of them are bound to account, some are bound to character, and some of them are able to be sold. And a lot of people will save up the ones that are able to be sold. Let's see what this chest piece looks like. That's not bad. I may hold on to that for a minute. There's those pants that aren't going to work. What's this hood look like? Oh, that's the witch's hat. See that? Yeah. I may want to keep that too, that hood. Alright, that gives me enough open spots. Ta-da! Pristine Ring of the Guard. That's real good for this lower level. What's that at? 840. My other two are 650 a piece. But they all have damage bonuses on them, and this doesn't, so it kind of doesn't equal out too much. I'll hold it for a minute, though. Hey, there's a guy from my guild right there. So, now it tries to lead me the wrong way if I don't do the right one. So let's turn on the right one. And again, we have the campaign set. Expedition to Twisted Caverns. We're done. Hit that fire. now we grab this. Find a way to Wyllow Woods. Over here. Check this old Celtic man out.
Be careful down here.
Don't underestimate him.
Did I sneak up on you? Not my intent. You can call me the alchemist.
This is Slowpole. He's one of the guys we go after too. Look, he's like a toad man. He's got a little crest. Males have a little crest. Ones that get to be king have a bigger crest upon their head. He's sick, but we're about to fix all of that with what the magician had going on, and the druid here. See his 2 bags on his hip there. A lot of people wonder what's in there, what kind of magic.
Don't understand anything else?
Experimental sulfur fumes, alchemist assistant.
But I'm missing a few ingredients. With the Atlas minions around, it's too dangerous.
I've watched you help a lot of people. That's why you need to find the gate smash.
Gather Aboleth slime. So now you can see we come onto a great river area. Ooh, you see that wizard in the distance? He's the one that keeps screwing everybody up. That guy right there. It's his fault that all this is going on. That he's run himself mad. That's why they call this Lair of the Mad Mage. I can gather sulfur minerals from one set.
These old creatures.
These guys will throw out a net and they yank you at them. Really more of a disruptive attack. Doesn't do so much damage. Okay, here's Alboleth slime. Funny, I can kill 5 of them and only get 1, huh? Oh, you want to play King of the Hill up here? Illume. Illuminate. Illume. The gods. Illume. Ela. Should be a group up here. No, somebody killed them all off. Again, here we are fighting with people. I should almost have videotaped this in the middle of the night, but whenever I do, it will of course be when Europe is on playing. So it would have been an extremely late night adventure to do it any other way. Just a crab. I need Alboleth slime. Once I get Alboleth slime, I can actually go to the next level. I'm almost running out of the area. No Alboleth slime for that either. Great. Oh, King of the Hill again? Give that Alboleth slime. Hey guys. You got any of that slime? See him yank me over there? If I get big, I'm pretty devastating. 3 of 12, 4 of 12. No, I don't need to fight you. That's the extent over here. Oh, straight across. Now that's a heroic that's going on, and that ruins that part of it. It's a full heroic battle. But these are still going on. Now again, these are toad people. And you know there's a belief that people come from toad people. There's a belief that people came from fish people because of the water. Anybody ever hear of the aquatic ape theory? Where the reason we're so hairless compared to any other primates or apes is that we hung around in the water quite often and for quite a bit. It helped us to stand up straight without much pressure on us, just like whenever you're in a swimming pool and you almost feel like you don't weigh anything. Did he just yank me from that far away? How disgusting. How come I don't have a reach that's 700 yards? And no alba this time. Oh, there's one. 10 of 12. And there's the other group right up in front of us. And hopefully they'll drop more than one. And they dropped our 2 that we needed to kill these crabs off. And now we have to gather sulfur minerals. And if you look, it's right up there, so it's more right and up. So we'll go around here right and up, and then turn right and run down into the secondary area. And this is where a lot of our folklore starts to come into play. Here's one of these smoke
Keep your
pits.
head straight.
You notice everything got blurry? The gas off of that mine will make you almost drunk, if you will, and they tell you to keep your head straight. Look at me, I'm wobbling all over the place. Whoa, whoa. I can still fight, but it's not that impressive. Hey, check this out. This is pretty neat. It's a scrying orb. See if I can get up here.